Hi friends, Andromeda of Earth here. Doing our best. I mean, that's really all, that is needed. Now the days are up and down, and it's a really beautiful reminder of the wild ride that we are on. Have you ever seen the Bill Hicks comedy skit, how he talks about it just being a ride? If you haven't, please do. If you don't know who Bill Hicks is, look him up. Really brilliant comedian. Anyway, I wanted to work with the window deck, and I may still pull a card because I feel like there's something about that deck for this read, but the light, it's like too bright in here for it. And it just, like, the cards look so washed out. If you watch till then, you'll see me probably struggle with it. So I'm looking over at my cards and I'm just like, nope, maybe. And then I saw II Onyx and I was like, yes, perfect. This deck is an amazing dark color and has a brilliant and amazing book. And I personally love the darkness to balance out the light. If we have an excessive light, we need some dark. This isn't a good, bad thing. The way I look at light and dark is that light is information and dark is, maybe let's call it the seemingly absence, of information, but it could also be all information. Yeah. Everything is in the dark. Sort of like everything cancels everything out, sort of thing. Like, it's so present, it's invisible. Yeah. So, yeah. The void. Oh, I could go on and on about that. But we're here to work with the cards to allow us to communicate with our own personal cardiac wisdom. That's what we are tapping into here. I was being silly. I balanced the cards on their side and they were standing there just on their own for a little bit, so that was kind of fun. And then they fell over. I knew it was going to happen. But I was playing. This deck, if you haven't heard me talk about it before, I want to tell you right now, one of my favorites because of how amazing it feels in my hands. I love the gold color. It's like a matte gold. It's not like a shiny, and none of this is shiny except for there are shiny bits in the cards that have a bit of sparkle to them because they have that sheen. But it's the feel, really, to me, it's the feel of them. It's really exciting. So we're going to be working with messages for this week. We're on the 19th of April through the 25th, 2020. Our weekly reads consist of Know, Show, Grow, which can also represent our past, present, and future, as well as our heart, our mind, our heart, and our balance. Yeah, and our growth. or balance, growth. To me, that's synonymous. Head, heart, balance. I'm messing myself up over here because I'm going backwards and that threw me off. Interesting. Is that a message? When we're being thrown off, we're really just going backwards, so go the other way. 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. Wait, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Anyway, I'm way distracted today. I want to welcome any and only benevolent beings to this space. Let's call in the elements. Sacred earth. Oh, sacred water. I was thinking about earth. Sacred water. Sacred earth. Sacred fire. And air. Nice deep breath. Allow ourselves to kind of get grounded so we can connect and elevate. I ask for permission from the land, which I am looking upon out my window here, for permission to connect. Thank you. Now to elevate my awareness, I welcome any being who is in alignment with divine will and universal law. I welcome any angels, any fae, any fairies, any beings named or unnamed who would like to join us in conveying messages that we all need to hear for the most good of all involved. Hail and welcome. I can already feel this deck is like so excited to be shuffled. I do keep it inside the box for its protection. I don't think that's really the way it wants to be. I'm thinking about maybe I should invest in a bag. What do you think? This is such a sacred deck. I don't want anything to happen to it. I love you. I thank you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Trust you. So for our know and our heart and our past, we have a little staff. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I am seeing all the emblems, you know, all the jewelry being presented before us, and the power of the staff and the structure that can be built with the passions that we have. If I'm remembering correctly, I believe this is the page. I am absolutely enthralled and drawn to this. Let's see if I can get it in focus for you guys. The center? Yeah. So it's like a very much multi-colored jewel. Their throat chakra is just lit up. Look at the way that this man is looking at you. Just like, come hither. So much passion in those eyes. You know, they say the eyes, window to the soul, right? The eyes are also defined and clear, versus the face is less so. But that soul shines through real clear. You know, the essence of our mind is really ringing true to us right now. We're seeing ourselves, you know, in a new light. And what do you think? You know, tell yourself. Talk about it. You know, if you have a trusted friend or family member or someone that you can just like be like, hey yo, like I don't need fixing with this thing, but I'm like observing this about myself and like, whoa, it's really making me think. You know, there doesn't need to be any judgment. You're not wrong or right with these observations. You're just simply being that observer. And you're allowing your throat to be lit up and shine. If you need any assistance with that, Crystal Allies, So Your Friends. This is Aquamarine. It's one of the first ones that you think of when I think of the throat. But I also, interesting, first thing I thought was Celestite. Yeah. Mine isn't available right now. It's in a container. But if you have any sort of crystal that you feel a connection to, put it here. You know, let it hang out here, lay on your back. Allow this energy center of your communication to get charged. That's what you're doing, really. These chakras are just vortexes, and they're either spinning or not to various degrees. Yeah, and the same thing with no right or wrong. There is no like good or bad. It just, however much power, however much light you are able to hold appropriately and safely for you. If I am remembering correctly, the page of staffs. Now I'm going to look this up because I really don't like to just like say things unless there's like a big intuitive push or pull towards it, but I'm just not feeling that right now. Little staff, according to Courtney, which is why I smiled. I saw her beautiful bio back here, her beautiful face. In the awakened state is a signal for liberation and vigor and innovation, pure potential, passion, and arousal. Fire and earth, the seed of spirit. Oh, very fun. I don't know. Should I read the excerpt? It's a really long one, so I actually don't think I want to read it all the way. But I'm seeing things about the phoenix, and combustion. Independent, authentic. So yeah, this is the beginning of a divine and grand adventure. So we're having these feelings in our mind, and everything that's led up us until now, we're being fueled by little staff here. Have you been feeling super passionate? I know I have. So much going on, right? Let's see what's going on in our heart space. The Tower. Wow. Things are changing. You know, is it because our mind is moving, initiating, changing, seeing things, that our heart follows suit? You know, the lightning bolt eyes of little staff here has been carried over, you know, with the lightning bolt tower moment. The pathway, the electricity between the head and the heart is mind-boggling, because it cannot fully be understood with the mind. You have to go into the heart space, which is why only the most innovative, you know, and most recent scientists have really been diving into, you know, heart math and heart science. But this tower moment in this space, things are just crumbling. The structures and the ideas and ideals of all the things are no more. We're in a sort of fractured and crumpled reality. Yeah, see, that was up here because this hand here is like all kinds of wavy and just not quite put together in our heart. But we are, like, it's obvious to us. It needs to be made obvious to us what is important. I say that because I see, you know, what is most important in my life. Just, you know, walk on by and see me. You know, are the people and things that you view important, do they see you too? You know? In this tearing down of structure and in this moment of change, there's a lot of potential here. not only do I see it in the, the hat that this being is wearing or carrying, it's just littered with jewels. But all these things that have kind of like come apart, from their put togetherness, right? Everything kind of crumbled. There's all these now pieces that can be reassembled in a new way. Whether you see this as rubble or resources, up to you. Free will. So how do we balance these intense states? Okay. Lil Blade. So the Page of Swords is a very discerning book that this being has given us. Also very clear-eyed. They have their rockets right there, ready to go. Same thing with their sword, available to them to use at any moment's notice. The focus of the third eye here, and the really futuristic technology is telling me that our balance is coming from this space. Our intuition doesn't really need to think. It just acts. It just knows. That's one way you can know your intuition versus your mind. The thinking mind, not the all mind, but the thinking mind. So our intuition is faster than that, than our thinking mind. It just is. It knows before it is. It's always known. It is out of time and space. Definitely. So tapping into that ever-present source of power that we have here. And you just think about it, it's between our heart and our head. And we've talked about, our throat, but what, how's your pineal gland? Right? All of our chakras are connected to our glands in our body. Yeah, it's important to be mindful of these glands because they are really in control of our chemicals. And there is our mind, body, spirit connection, sort of just like right in play, right? Just obvious for us. It's really beautiful. It's in our shadow space. The star. I'm really glad I looked. I thought about it for a second. I was like, well, are we done? Yeah. But something told me no. No. So this beautiful woman is kneeling amongst the water and the fruitful garden. It's like they're almost having like some sort of dream about this being that's floating, and When I think of the star, I think of reception, of celestial light, being in our shadow aspect. This star could feel really far off, you know, and really far away and really unattainable, which is simply an illusion, right? Because we know everything we can imagine, everything we can believe is available to us, and we can create. So if you can imagine it, you know, just like this being is here, we can create it. So if you've ever wanted to work with the celestial energies, all you need to do is think about it, dream it, daydream. It's not doing nothing, it's doing very powerful work. So you'll be diving through the dark to get to the light, that celestial light. Thank you so much for watching. I would love to hear any of your insights about this read, any cards that you've pulled, if you pulled any. Yeah, I will have an altar with some Reiki crystals and such put up with pictures. I'll put up on Patreon along with some journal prompts and more symbolism for us to explore. So thank you so much for being here, folks. We'll see you soon. Hail and farewell.